Good day to you, and you can call me Arthur Twiggs. What a wild week for XRP. On my previous show, we discussed how the XRP market price would make some corrections, but wow, I think we all suffered from whiplash now. And I'm keeping a close eye on the current situation, since Ripple's recent victory of preventing the SEC from assessing Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse or co-founder Chris Larson's personal financial records. The SEC has now gone after Ripple's foreign partners' financial records. Ripple's lawyers have now asserted that the SEC is bullying Ripple's partners into cutting ties with them by using intimidation tactics. Prior to Gensler's position as chair, the previous chair of the SEC, Jay Clayton, in the final months of his time as SEC chairman, filed a lawsuit against Ripple/XRP. The lawsuit alleges that Ripple's native cryptocurrency XRP is a security, and its initial distribution was an illegal securities offering. According to the Howie test, which we will review and is widely utilized by the SEC in determining whether or not a coin is a currency or a security, the sale of most digital assets via initial coin offers are likely to be considered securities. The Wall Street Journal's editorial board just released an editorial saying exactly the same thing. Regulators are harming investors before setting up the rules, and Gary Gensler is on record as saying that his number one priority is protecting investors. This is going to get interesting. I am not going to attempt to decipher why Jay Clayton singled out XRP, but the cynical side of me suggests it has something to do with his involvement with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Today, let's take the journey to understand how Gary Gensler will take cryptocurrency into the future and how he will react to the previous SEC's chair nonsensical war against XRP. There's a new sheriff in town. How will he govern the SEC? That's what we want to find out today. Is Gary Gensler pro or con cryptocurrency? Does he still believe XRP is a non-compliant security, as he said back in 2018 when he was a professor at MIT? And does it even matter if he believes that XRP is a non-compliant security? Something that has gotten very little attention is the fact that Gary Gensler also believes that Ethereum is a non-compliant security, just like XRP. Does that change anything? Could his belief that Ethereum is also a non-compliant security actually work in XRP's favor? Since the Commodity Futures Trading Commission considers Ethereum a commodity and the same as Bitcoin, it very well could, and according to my research, Gensler would accept this finding if it was decided by the CFTC. I wanted to know the answers, so I set out to understand Gary Gensler. Now, I've completed this research and formed an opinion on what this leadership change means. So, please join me on this journey today. After the show, let me know what you think in the comments section. How will Gary Gensler affect the future of cryptocurrency and Ripple XRP? I'll have answers for you when I return, so stay tuned. On Wednesday, April 14, 2021, Gary Gensler became the new chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission after a 53-45 vote in the United States Senate. Gensler has been a crypto professor at the MIT Sloan School of Management. He taught blockchain technology, digital currencies, financial technology, and public policy. He also served as the chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission from May 2009 to January of 2014. And prior to that, he had a long career as a Goldman Sachs executive. According to confirmation filings, he has a net worth of approximately $119 million. According to Bloomberg, much of Gensler's money comes from his years at Goldman Sachs, which he joined in the late 1970s right out of the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Business. Gensler has had stints trading stocks and bonds and also worked on the mergers and acquisition team. Eventually, he became one of the youngest partners in the firm's history. So, how will Gary Gensler, as chair of the SEC, serve the future of cryptocurrency? According to Bitcoin.com, at his confirmation hearings, he was asked what Congress and the SEC could do to create a more forward-thinking environment for cryptocurrency. He said, and I quote, "As I teach at MIT on these subjects, these innovations have been a catalyst for change. So, I think if confirmed at the SEC, I'd work with fellow commissioners to promote this new innovation, but also at the same time, at the core, ensure investor protection." He clarified this to say, to the extent that somebody is offering an investment contract or security that's under the SEC's jurisdiction, and they have exchanges that operate there, then we have to make sure there's investor protection. On the other hand, he says, and this is important, if it's not that, and someone is offering a commodity, as a Bitcoin has been deemed to be, then it's either a question for Congress or it's possibly a question for the courts or the Futures Trading Commission, and not the SEC. So, how does this affect XRP? Well, since Bitcoin has been deemed a commodity and the SEC has accepted that ruling, if Ripple discovers in the SEC's interpretation of views that Ethereum is also considered a commodity, then XRP, by the SEC and Gary Gensler's definition, is also a commodity. Why did Gary Gensler call XRP a non-compliant security back in 2018 when he was a professor at MIT? Well, did you know that he actually said it first about Ethereum? Professor Gary Gensler taught a course called Blockchain and Money at MIT, and back in 2018, Professor Gensler said that he believed Ethereum and Ripple's XRP had most likely been issued and traded in violation of American security regulations. Here it is now. Listen very closely.
Is it an investment of money or assets? Is it investment in a common enterprise? Do you have a reasonable expectation of profits? And is it based on the efforts of others? So they determined that William Howie and then his estate afterwards was basically a common enterprise growing all these oranges, and so it was the expectation of profits. That's the Howie test. I've talked to you before about the duck test, but when I see an investment that walks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, I call that investment a security in a way. But that's really it. Now, using your common sense. Ethereum, when it was first promoted in 2014, I believe passed this test. And the word pass means that you are a security. Just a little vocabulary thing. You want to fail the Howie test, by the way. Like if you are a venture capitalist and don't want to be regulated, you want to fail this test.
Professor Gensler was teaching the Howie test at the time, and both Ethereum and Ripple passed. Now that's not good, according to him, because in order to become a currency, a coin must fail the Howie test. So, what is the Howie test? Since this test is vital to Gensler's belief that XRP and Ethereum are non-compliant securities. Under this test, Investopedia says the sale of most digital assets via initial coin offers are likely to be considered securities under the Howie test. That seems very important to note. Most digital assets via initial coin offers are likely to be considered securities when confronting the Howie test. The Howie test, devised by the Supreme Court, established 4 criteria that builds on one another to determine whether an investment contract exists. The Supreme Court has ruled that an investment contract exists if there is an investment of money in a common enterprise with the expectation of profit to be derived from the efforts of others. Based on the Howie test, Professor Gensler said that yes, he does think that XRP is a non-compliant security. But, and this is very important, he says that question will be not resolved by the SEC. It will be solved by Congress, the courts, and possibly the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. He also says that what he believes is just that, a belief. Here's how he feels XRP, Ripple XRP, in regards to the Howie test is. Gensler believes that based on the Howie test that Ripple, the company, is exchanging XRP for something of value, and Ripple is using it right now and selling it every month. He says that Ripple continues to sell off XRP at $100 to $200 million clips or so every month. And number two, he believes XRP is reliant on a common enterprise. Gensler believes that XRP investors are very much reliant on Ripple, the company, and that if Ripple, the company, went away, then there would not be much use for XRP. He refers to Ripple's XRP's first 3 or 4 years. However, he does not believe that the main products of Ripple, which is the enterprise software solution, enables banks to instantly settle cross-border payments and is very clever and competes well with SWIFT. He does believe that. He sees very good potential there. I want to reiterate that Gensler believes Ethereum and XRP to be very similar. This is something that David Schwartz has also repeated in his argument to the previous chair of the SEC. Gensler's main contention about XRP has been that because everything is so highly centralized around Ripple, the company, that XRP is a non-compliant security. But, as I mentioned earlier, according to the Howie test, the sale of most digital assets via initial coin offers are likely considered securities under the Howie test. What does this suggest? That the Howie test is not suitable as a test for cryptocurrency. I certainly believe this, as does most other people in the crypto world. Perhaps this will be a catalyst for a new Ripple test out there soon. Maybe a Ripple test it would be called. And the current SEC versus Ripple case will pioneer a new testing standard for our industry. And it also suggests that the retired chairman of the SEC, Jay Clayton, failed to adapt to new technologies and understand novel financial instruments, as Gensler has said. We'll discuss that in a moment. Gensler believes that XRP to be a non-compliant security, but this is not something he believes he should decide. He said whether or not XRP is a security or commodity like Bitcoin should be decided by Congress, the courts, and the CFTC. When questioned in March as to how the SEC should regulate Bitcoin and other digital assets, Gensler replied. He said that the responsibility should fall across the government depending on how assets such as Bitcoin are classified. Therefore, if Ethereum has been deemed a commodity by the authorities at the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, just like Bitcoin has been, then XRP would be, by default, also a commodity. And that's just how I see it. I believe Gensler will accept this conclusion as well. In his class, Professor Gensler goes on to say, should the court side with Ripple, XRP, there may only be regulatory forbearance. He sees a possibility that the courts may decide with XRP. Now, all of this was all back in 2018. A lot has changed since then. Bitcoin has gone from $3,300 a coin to $60,000 and then back down to $50,000. And since Gary Gensler's comment in 2018, the SEC has filed a lawsuit against XRP, arguing that it was a security and not a commodity like Bitcoin or even like Ethereum, to which he had previously compared XRP. So when he accepted his position as chair of the SEC with these words, he got me wondering. He cautioned that when we fail to root out wrongdoing or to adapt to new technologies or to really understand novel financial instruments, things can go very wrong. I'm going to assume The collective we he is referring to is the SEC, not the citizens of the United States. So, by his statement, he believes that the SEC has failed to root out wrongdoing, possibly within the Commission itself, and failed to adapt to new technologies like cryptocurrencies. And he goes on to say that the Commission itself has failed to understand novel financial instruments. And he suggests that when the SEC fails to do these things, things can go very wrong. I believe he is admitting the mistakes the SEC has made concerning cryptocurrency. I also believe that by singling out XRP in the most recent lawsuit, he clearly knows the SEC has made some giant mistakes already. Here's another quote that will have a direct effect on cryptocurrency and the future of XRP. Gary Gensler is dedicated to climate change. Gensler has expressed support for using the SEC to mandate greater disclosure requirements promoting ESG, which stands for environmental, social, and governance. He says that there are tens of trillions of dollars of investor money that are going to be looking for more information about climate risk. What does all this mean for cryptocurrency and XRP in particular? As I discovered in my previous show, green hackers target Bitcoin. XRP leads the way in crypto clean energy. And now, Gensler, the new head of the SEC, is prioritizing climate change. XRP is perfectly positioned to be the solution to the carbon-heavy Bitcoin. In his mission statement, Gensler also says that as head of the SEC, his work will be to promote new innovation with the core being investor protection. Proof-of-work coins like Bitcoin are not new innovation, and they certainly do not protect the investors. Proof-of-work coins like Bitcoin use the value of the coin as security and are chewing up the world's energy supplies. Again, XRP trumps Bitcoin and proof-of-work currencies in both of these areas. XRP is a new innovation and offer investor protection as proof-of-stake coins with lightning speeds and also next to zero energy consumption. There is further proof in his pledge toward climate change. The only company Gensler has investments in was Tesla. According to figures in a form filed by the Office of Government Ethics as part of his confirmation hearing, Gensler made capital gains of nearly $100,000 before completely divesting his interest in Tesla. He puts his money where his mouth is. In addition, he is also an avid marathoner, once completing a 50-mile ultra-marathon, and has climbed Mount Rainier and Mount Kilimanjaro. Gensler does genuinely love the environment, and this could be excellent news for clean cryptos like XRP once the dust settles on this current fight. Do you see Gary Gensler as a threat to the future of cryptocurrency and XRP? Or could he actually be a defender of the XRP investor and reverse the mistakes of the SEC? I am optimistic and ready for clarification for our industry. Hopefully this pain with the SEC will not last much longer, and Ripple and XRP will come out of this as a winner in our industry. I am ready. How about you? Please join me for my next show. I'm taking a side trip to some recent news about confirmed UFOs. Yes, I said it. I am fascinated about a lot of things and simply taking a temporary shift to talk about these interesting recent events. The Pentagon has confirmed the sighting of recent UFOs. And come on, it can't be all crypto all the time, so please join me. Who knows, we may need XRP to trade with aliens. I'm so excited. My mind just can't stop. I do want to know the answers. Please tell your friends and family to join in, and be sure to subscribe. It's free. And also hit that like button and the alarm button to be notified of future shows. Thank you so much for watching.